2 a.m, 15 clients waiting on me, messages piling up faster than I can even reply. And I'm sitting here thinking, how the hell did I get here? I built a business to get freedom, but I didn't build a business, I built a prison. Until I built these 3 systems, and everything changed. My business went from chaos to clarity, from drowning to breathing, from 10K months to 70K months. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how I did it. The systems, the tools, the breakdowns, all of it. Let's dive in. My name's Dwayne Foster, co-founder of EC Group. In our first year, we did nearly $500,000. This year, we've generated over $1.8 million for our coaching clients. But let me be real with you, it wasn't always like this. When I first started, I was doing everything myself. Content ideas, posting, writing copy, building landing pages, client delivery, and sales calls, everything. And you know what? I thought that was normal. I thought that's what it's meant to be like if you're an entrepreneur. Hustle harder, right? Grind more, sleep less, that's the game. But here's what nobody tells you. That's not entrepreneurship. That's just a really expensive job you've gave yourself. And I didn't realize how bad it was until I signed one of my biggest clients ever. The results were great. The client was happy, but me, I was running on fumes, bro. Every single day felt manic. I'd wake up, 47 messages, jump on a call, deliver for a client, create content, manage another client, answer more DMs, and book more calls. And then I'd look up and it's 2 a.m. and I'm still working. And I remember thinking, how long can I actually keep this up? And then it happened. The same big client told me the quality of work was dipping. That hit me hard because I was giving everything I had, but everything I had, it wasn't enough. And that's when I realized I didn't need to work harder. I needed to work smarter. I needed systems. So here's what we're going to cover in this video. 3 core systems that took me from drowning to breathing. Number 1, communication. How to stop drowning in DMs and get everything organized in one place. Number 2, management. How to track every client, every task, every result without being in the weeds. And number 3, automation. How to make your business run on autopilot so you can focus on what actually matters. And look, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Building these systems took time, about 3 months to really dial in. But once it was running, it gave me back days of time every week. Because here's the thing, you're not lazy, you're not failing, you're just buried. And I was too. And when these systems kicked in, everything changed. So let's get into it. So let me paint the picture for you. This was about 1.5 years ago. We signed 15 clients in a single month, which sounds amazing, right? Like that's the dream. But we had 0 systems, no SOPs, no structure. Everything was happening in WhatsApp threads. And I'm trying to manage all of this by myself. Client A needs content. Client B needs a sales call. Client C is asking about their ad performance. And client D wants to know when their set is starting. And I'm just drowning. Like I'd wake up and immediately feel like weight on my chest because I knew the second I opened my phone, it was going to be chaos. And the worst part, I couldn't even enjoy the wins. We were making money, we were getting results, but I felt like I was constantly 1 step away from everything collapsing. And I wasn't sleeping well. My health was suffering. I was snapping at people I cared about. And I remember one night sitting at my desk, I think it was 1 a.m. and I just thought, this can't be it. This can't be what success looks like, because if this is what it takes to run a business, I don't want it. But then I had a realization and it changed everything. The problem wasn't the clients. The problem wasn't the workload. The problem was me. I was the bottleneck because I was trying to do everything by myself. And here's the thing, I'm good at what I do. I know how to get results. I know how to build offers. I know how to create content. But if I'm the only one who can do it, then the business can't scale. So I made a decision. I was going to step back, rebuild, and create systems that would actually allow the business to run without me being in every single thing. And I'm not going to lie to you, that was scary because as an entrepreneur, you feel like if you're not moving forward, you're falling behind. So the idea of pausing to build infrastructure, it felt wrong, but it was the best decision I ever made because stepping back 1 step pushed me 3 steps forward. All right, so let's break down the systems. First one, communication. This was the biggest mess in my business. Everything was scattered. WhatsApp, Instagram DMs, emails, Slack, text messages. I'd have a client asking me a question on WhatsApp, then they'd follow up on Instagram, then they'd email me. And I'm trying to keep track of all these conversations across 5 different platforms. It was insane. So the first thing I did was move everything over to Discord. Now, I know what you're thinking. Discord? Isn't that for gamers? Yeah, it is, but it's also the best communication tools for business. And here's why. You can create different servers for different parts of your business. We have a server for our team, a server for our clients, and a server for operations. And within each server, you can create channels for specific topics. So if a client has a question about content, they go to the content channel. If they need support, they go to the support channel. Everything is organized, everything is searchable, and I'm not drowning in DMs anymore. This one change alone saved me probably 10 hours a week because I wasn't constantly switching between apps trying to find conversations. Everything was in one place. And here's the thing, when you have clarity on communication, everything else gets easier. Your team knows where to go, your clients know where to go, and you're not wasting mental energy trying to remember which platform someone's messaged you on. Simple, but powerful. But communication is only part of it, because even if you have all of your conversations organized, if you don't have the system to manage what's actually happening in the business, you're still going to be in the weeds. And that's where system number 2 comes in. System 2, management. This is where Notion comes in. And look, I'm not going to sit here and tell you Notion is the only tool you can use. You could use ClickUp, you could use Asana, you could use Monday, but for me, Notion is the best. And here's why. Notion is where we manage everything. Client dashboards, content plans, roadmaps, SOPs, assets, literally everything the business needs to run. So let me show you what this looks like. This is one of our client dashboards. Every single day, my operation team updates this. They track exactly where the client is in their journey, what they've done, what they haven't done, what's working and what's not. And I can see all of it at a glance. So if I see a bottleneck, let's say the client hasn't posted a content for a week, I can jump on a call and say, bro, what's going on? The goal's 50K in the next month. We need to lock in. But without the systems, I wouldn't even know there was a problem until it was too late. And this is what I mean by visibility and control. I'm not in the weeds anymore, but I can see everything that's happening. And that's how you scale. Not by doing more, but by having systems that give you clarity. And here's what's crazy. Before I built this, I used to think I needed to be involved in everything. Like, if I wasn't checking in on every client every day, things would fall apart. But that's not leadership, that's micromanagement. And micromanagement doesn't scale. Real leadership is building systems that allow your team to operate without you. And that's what Notion gave me. The ability to lead without being in the weeds. But here's where it gets really, really powerful. Because communication and management are great, but if you're still doing everything manually, you're still going to be stuck. And that's where system 3 comes in. System 3, automation. This is where things get really powerful. We use Zapier and Make, which used to be called Integromat, to automate workflows. And then we use Go High Level as our CRM to manage all of our leads, follow-ups, and conversations. So let me give you an example of how this works. Someone clicks on our ad, they get added to our Go High Level, they automatically get a welcome message, they get added to our email sequence, then they get a booking link. If they book a call, they automatically get a confirmation email, they get a reminder 24 hours before, and they get another reminder 1 hour before. And if you don't show up, they automatically get a follow-up message asking to reschedule. All of this happens without me touching anything. The system does it. And this is what I mean by leverage. I'm not manually sending messages. I'm not manually following up. The system does it for me. And here's what's crazy. Before I built this, I used to spend probably 3 to 4 hours a day just following up, sending messages, checking in on leads, and booking calls. Now, that's all automated. And those 3 to 4 hours, I can spend them on strategy, on sales, and on leadership, on the things that actually move the needle. Now, I'm not going to lie, building these systems took time. It took about 3 months to really master and integrate everything. But once it was running, it gave me back days of time every week. And here's the thing, I don't build systems to do less. I build systems so I could do more of what actually matters. Strategy, sales, leadership, and vision. That's where I should be spending my time, not in the weeds managing every little thing within the business. So let me tell you what happened after we built these systems. We went from around 10K months to 70K months within weeks. And it wasn't because we were working harder, it was because we had structure. The team had more direction, operations became smoother, and clients were happier. And finally, I had time to focus on what actually moved the needle. But here's what I want you to understand. Systems don't just help you, they help your clients too. Let me give you two examples. Luca and Amir. Luca came to us with around 1,000 followers. No offers, no systems, no idea how to bring leads in. We started working with him on the 1st of July, and our focus was speed, but not reckless speed, strategic speed. We built his offer, we dialed in his ICP, and we created long form content that converted. We ran ads and we hired a setter, and we tracked everything, every single day. 30 days later, Luca did $50,000 cash collected. 1,000 followers, 30 days, 50K. The boy is an animal, but it wasn't luck, it was systems. Same thing with Amari, brand new to coaching. Within his first 30 days, he hit $43,000 cash collected. And the reason they were able to do this is because we built systems around them. Automated onboarding, CRMs to track clients, Notion dashboards to monitor progress, and Discord hubs for client communication. Everything was organized, everything was efficient, everything was scalable. And that's the difference between a business held together by hustle and a business built on systems. A hustle-based business can't handle scale. If you drop 20 clients on them tomorrow, they'd crumble. But a systemized business, it can handle that and more. Now, I'm not saying things won't break. They will. Systems break, people make mistakes, things go wrong. But when you have infrastructure, you can fix it fast, you can rebuild, and you can adapt. That's the power of systems. So let me talk about the mindset shift for a second, because this is important. Before I built systems, I believed that if I just worked harder and longer, eventually it would all pay off. I thought more hours equaled more success. I thought that's what it meant to be dedicated, but I was wrong, because it's not about more work, it's about the right work. You can hustle your way to burnout, or you can systemize your way to freedom. And here's the biggest misconception. People think working harder will get them to their goals faster. It won't. You need leverage. Systems create leverage. Leverage creates scale. And I learned this the hard way. Building systems takes time. It's not sexy, it's not exciting, but it's the best investment of time you can make. Because the longer you delay it, the longer it will take to reach your goals. And I see this all the time with coaches. They're stuck in the grind, they're working 16-hour days, they're making decent money, but they're one bad month away from everything falling apart. And that's not a business, that's a ticking time bomb. So if you're watching this and you're in that place right now, I want you to hear me. You're not failing, you're not lazy, you're just buried in work. And the way out isn't more hustle, it's better systems. All right, so let me wrap this up. If you're drowning in your business right now, I want you to know something. It doesn't have to be this way. You don't need to work harder, you don't need to sacrifice your health, and you don't need to burn out. You need systems, communication, management, automation. These three systems will give you back your time, they'll give you clarity, and they'll give you back control. And I'm going to make this really simple for you. I've put together a free blueprint that breaks down all three systems step by step with the exact tools I use and a 30-day implementation timeline. Links in the description, grab it. And if you want the exact Notion dashboard I showed you, I've made a template you can duplicate for free. The link's in the description too. And if you want to see exactly how we use V-System to scale our clients, watch this video next. It's a full breakdown of how we took Yoast from 900 followers to 40K months in just 3 months using these exact same systems. Click that video, grab the blueprint, grab the template, and let's build. See you in the next one.